And so there are all these little things that you're bringing to the table to breathe life into a living system that can become a really great place to go. And another thing that we've been talking about is make it a multiple pathway approach, but all centered in a heart. And you even talk about creative. This goes to that creative aspect of what we're talking about. You drew a picture. Can you describe like, we're sitting here at the side of the meeting, we're all talking about the technical and the technology side of it and all the things that we have in motion. And meanwhile, you're over here with a piece of paper drawing things. Can you express what you drew and why you drew what you drew?
Well,
Big heart?
I think that people have had the idea of learning styles or multiple kinds of intelligence is something that was kind of popular a while ago, and then it kind of hit the skids. People said that's just ridiculous, but it isn't ridiculous. We all learn in completely different ways, and I'm much better with the visualization of something. And because I worked with a lot of people that have learning issues, a lot of people have learning issues in school because they're visual learners or they're hands-on learners. And most of all, they need the whole picture first. I'm not well behaved enough to just follow along, page by page, idea by idea. I need the whole picture of a program or a concept first, not only in a visual picture, but in a mental and emotional picture. Where are we going? What do we want to do? How do you want to do it? So when people are talking, I'm trying to get the big picture, both visually and intellectually, to see the end so we can make the pathway easier. And so I guess I just started seeing that other people maybe learn like me, and the visualization of a heart and people entering it from different pathways at the level where they're at, when they want to, for as long as they need to, in a way that works for them. It kind of seems what we're trying to do here. So I was delighted when you guys accepted that as a possible idea.
It's an amazing idea, and that visual representation will end up on our website. And so what you had done is, yes, everything that we're doing is about leading from the heart, right? Leading a life of love from the heart, and how that aligns with the mind, but it isn't ruled by the mind, right? So kind of reversing our flow. Instead of letting this dominate us and determine when we can love. It's the other way. We're always loving, and the brain is a wonderful tool for all of that. And so you drew this magnificent image that showed how all those pathways are possible. And then we talked about, well, it's kind of like drawing a map for a museum, right? Enter wherever you're most interested, but that doesn't mean you can't take the rest of the journey. Because once you see that exhibit and you feel like you've really got that, then you can go to see the others, and they kind of all build upon the other.
Well, it's a concept, that's the subset of what we're talking about today is you have to be curious about anything to learn anything. And I find it hard when people don't understand that, is you can't just be talked at in any capacity. You have to have a question. And a question requires a pause. Usually something happens, and then you pause, and all of a sudden you start being curious. And if you're allowed to be curious, and there isn't an end of the pathway that you don't get to continue to go someplace else, which is what school is like most of the time, and you're curious, then you can make a detour, or you can all of a sudden dig deeper into something that you like to do. And so the idea of making curiosity a huge part of a learning experience, to me, then opens up creativity. When people are curious, then they're going to be more creative about how they're going to find their solutions, and far less passive. And to be a learner, an avid learner, and actually actualize information, you have to be passionate. You have to be asking questions. You have to be willing to raise the bar to learn more, or to question what you learned and maybe apply something else. And so I'm pretty excited about mixing curiosity into the creative mix of what we're trying to do.